Welcome back to Network Africa. Zimbabwe's senior official has been arrested after being accused of importing vehicles and pretending they were for state use in order to avoid customs duty. Douglas Tapfuma, who last year was responsible for running the president's state residence, is expected to appear in court later today. Local media reports say that Mr. Tapfuma used letters from the president's office to import duty-free vehicles for friends and relatives. Last week, Zimbabwe's Tourism Minister Priska Mfumira pleaded not guilty after being charged with corruption linked to the disappearance of $94 million from the country's pension fund when she was welfare minister. Zimbabwean journalist Nigel Nyamatumbo joins us now on the program to talk to us about this. Nigel, a lot of money going on back and forth, I hear here. What more do we know about this scam involving Douglas Tapfuma?
The details we have at the moment pertaining the arrest of former director in the State House, Douglas Tapfuma, that he has been taken in for questioning, the possibility of arrested as he's being implicated in a case whereby he would abuse his office to acquire vehicles in the name of the state, yet these vehicles would have been for his personal use. The case at this stage is still very much preliminary and is still developing, and it is yet to see whether the state will proceed to actually arrest him based on these accusations and allegations, or we'll see the state wanting to inquire more and to establish whether or not he has a case to answer or not.
So him using these letters from the president's office, it must have been going on for a while because they must have brought in a number of cars for friends and relatives. But it is likely, though, that he must have had some help from the presidency. Will they be involved in this investigation as well?
The reports that the president or officials that would serve at the president's office would evade paying duty using the president's name or president's office is not new, as it has been over the years been reported within the mainstream media, and also it's something, it has been a subject that has been topical in Zimbabwe since the Robert Mugabe era, and even in the new administration led by President Mnangagwa. So it is certainly something that needs to be looked at, and hopefully justice be done based on empirical evidence. The challenge is that the Robert Mugabe era had created some form of impunity on senior officials that would use the president's name in corrupt activity.
Yeah, and I suppose the investigation will go on for quite a while. But if he's found guilty by the court, what sort of punishments could he face?
Well, depending on the count or depending on the weight of the state's case against Tapfuma, he will likely face not less than 3 years in jail for gross abuse of office, for corruption, and also for invading the country's immigration laws, customs and immigration laws. But it's really yet, the jury's still out to be seen on what sort of case is the state going to put up. And also, it's yet to be seen how the case and how he will plead, and all that will count on the on what he would likely face as punishment.
Well, Nigel, I suppose you'll be keeping an eye on this story for us as developments progress. Thanks again for joining us on Network Africa. And now scientists have for years been telling us that insects are a good source of proteins and nourishment. That's probably why a restaurant in Cape Town has been identified as an insect restaurant, right? It's called the Insect Experience, and it's the first new concept restaurant that specializes in all things crawly. Take a look.
At the Insect Experience restaurant in South Africa, creepy crawlies is their star ingredient. Bug-composed dishes offered by Cape Town's first new concept restaurant that specializes in all things crawly. Under the creative talent of Chef Mario Barnard, the pop-up restaurant fuses various aspects of fine dining while still managing to draw on the key flavors of the main ingredients.
We try to make it as visual pleasing for everybody to just introduce it, and basically it helps with your mental block. Once you had it, it's like it's okay. Like I can have the actual insect now, and it's easier to overcome and do it in this way. Obviously, it's got massive health benefits as a sustainable source of protein.
All the insects are locally sourced as well, and some have a nutty flavor profile. Mopani worm polenta and back soldier fly larvae croquette are just some of the novel dishes that customers have been sinking their teeth into. Here, patrons mop up what's left of their dishes with dried mealworms. As a protein source, these are quite healthy to eat as well.
The dairy alternative, the Intermilk, has got more calcium. It's just truly a superfood.
Those who dared to step foot inside said the food in Insect Experience is actually quite good.
First of all, it doesn't taste like a bug. It actually tastes quite delicious. So you don't feel as though you're eating a bug. It doesn't taste like a bug. I mean, I've never eaten an insect before in my life. So yeah, first time for me.
Of course, no good meal is complete without a great dessert, and the restaurant even has its own insect-based ice cream, which is not only decadent, but a crowd pleaser. The restaurant currently has 4 insects on the menu, but that is set to change once citizens' palates become more favorable to the experience.
I don't know. Were you hungry watching that story? I don't know. Whatever rocks your boat, or in this instance, whatever tingles your taste buds. Thanks for watching Network Africa. I am Amarachi Ubani.